Last night, I was honored to receive the endorsement of a man who has become a true leader and earned the admiration of so many patriots. I've been a friend of his, even though we were competing against each other. But I was a friend of his, and we got along. And he was saying he's a great president. I kept saying, why is he running? He keeps calling me a great president. But he's a fantastic guy, a very smart guy. He's got some tremendous ideas, and he's young, and he's got some young ideas, too, and that's a good thing. So he has a big, beautiful, bright future ahead. Vivek Ramaswamy. Come on up, Vivek.
Let's do this, guys. It's good to see you. It's good to be back to New Hampshire. We miss you guys.
All right, guys, so I can't lie to you. I think I am starstruck, okay? I am totally fanboying right now. Yes, I know it's probably not the most alpha thing to say, right? But I can't lie to you, okay? I'm seeing the dynamic duo of my dreams here, okay? I know it probably doesn't sound the most heterosexual thing to say either, right? But I'm trying to be vulnerable with you guys, okay? There are just some things that gets me very, very, very excited. And the possibility of a Trump Ramaswamy ticket, okay? A Trump president, Vivek Ramaswamy vice president ticket is a ticket I would run through walls to support, okay? That's the ticket that's going to make America rich again, right? I mean, two businessmen, two self-made businessmen that cannot be bought and sold. Yeah, that's what we need, right? That's what America needs. America needs to be rich again, okay? So this is the first time we're seeing Vivek and Trump on the same stage, at the same rally, in support of each other, and it really is a beautiful thing to see. I want to react to it with you guys because, hey, who knows? We may need all the help that we can get going into New Hampshire, and I'm going to tell you guys why, okay, as there's a shock poll that just came out. But first, I want to react to this clip of Vivek and Trump together for the first time because according to President Trump, Vivek will be around for a long, long time in helping them with the campaign. So I'm not sure exactly what that means, okay, as far as Vivek's role, whether that's VP, whether that's a cabinet position, whether that's the head of some agency, I have no clue. But I'm loving what I'm saying, right? And I'm loving the dynamics here. And again, this gives me goosebumps. It really does. So without further ado, let's get into it.
A better choice left in this race than this man right here, and that is why I am asking you to do the right thing as New Hampshire and to vote for Donald J. Trump as your next president, because we're not working with a lot of time here. If our kids are in high school before we get this right, we don't have a country left. That's what it means. We've been celebrating our diversity and our differences for so long that we forgot all of the ways that we are the same as Americans, bound by that common set of ideals that set this country into motion. We believe those ideals still exist. This man is going to be your next president to revive them. E pluribus unum, from many, one. And you know how we're doing it? We're doing it by speaking the truth at every step of the way. There are two genders in this country. Period. That is the truth. Fossil fuels are a requirement for human prosperity. Drill, frack, burn coal, embrace nuclear energy. Reverse racism is racism. An open border is not a border. Parents determine the education of their children. The nuclear family is the greatest form of governance known to mankind. Capitalism lifts us up from poverty. There are 3 branches of government in the United States, not 4. And the U.S. Constitution is the strongest and greatest guarantor of freedom in human history. That is the truth. We fight for the truth. We stand up for the truth. That is what won us the American Revolution. That is what reunited us after the Civil War. That is what won us 2 world wars and the Cold War. That is what still gives hope to the free world. And if we can revive that dream over group identity and victimhood and grievance, then nobody in the world, not a nation, not a corporation, not a virus, not China, is going to defeat us. That is what American exceptionalism is all about. That is what we are going to revive to, yes, make America great again. Vote for this man right here in the New Hampshire primary. God bless you and your families, and may God bless our United States of America. Thank you, New Hampshire. It's good to see you guys. We're coming back and winning this in a landslide. We will not stop until we get this job done. Thank you all. God bless you and your families.
Thank you. Thank you. Wow, how was that? Pretty good, right? That was pretty good. And he's a fantastic guy. And he's really, he's got something that's very special because he started off with a Zippo and he ended up very strong. He did a great job. I was actually surprised when he called because he was doing well. And it's an honor to have his endorsement. He's going to be working with us, and he'll be working with us for a long time. Thank you.
Yeah, so you seen that, you heard that, okay? Oh my God, man. I got goosebumps, bruh. I got goosebumps, okay? Right? That was emotional for me, right? And the reason why is because, like, I really do want to see this country get back on track. And I really think that Trump needs to make the right decisions in regards to who is going to be in his cabinet, who he's going to surround himself with. He has to surround himself with people that are going to execute on the America First agenda, okay? And not only can Vivek articulate the America First agenda, but there's no doubt in my mind that he can execute. He has fresh legs, and he campaigned so hard in Iowa. Although it did not work in Iowa for obvious reasons, I think that Vivek, as somebody that is campaigning on the behalf of Trump, potentially in a role as a VP, in which you heard the crowd there chant VP, VP. I hope Trump hears the message, right? Takes the hint, makes a smart decision, right? He's an invaluable asset because he can do things that Trump probably would have trouble doing because of his legal troubles, right? And because of his age, okay? I mean, apparently Vivek wasn't sleeping. I mean, the guy was up every single day campaigning in Iowa in a blizzard, okay, at gas stations. That's the type of stuff that, you know, when you talk about hard work and meritocracy, he may have not earned a victory in Iowa, but he's definitely earned a spot in the Trump administration. Again, I'm not sure VP is necessarily the right role from an electability standpoint because him and Trump are so close together in regards to policy. And I'm not necessarily sure if Trump is the type of guy that would have somebody as his VP that would possibly outshine him. Who knows? Okay, maybe Trump has evolved to the point where wisely he would say, you know what? I want to win. I want to be president, but I have no issues stepping back and allowing people who, you know, have fresher legs to kind of be out in the forefront. Okay. But who knows? I mean, there's reasons why, you know, you have people like Ben Carson that are being considered because Ben Carson is a guy that, you know, is brilliant as well too, just like Vivek, but he's more low key. He's more laid back. Okay. And we all know that Trump loves to take the center stage, but from an America First standpoint, take the electability out of it. There is no VP candidate that would be better than Vivek Ramaswamy. Okay. Vivek Ramaswamy is like Robin to Trump's Batman. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it is.
So, Vivek, do you want to be vice president? Well, look, I want to serve this country in whatever way I can, Jesse, but that's why I've been in this race since the first place. The thing you were just talking about now, this is what the American Revolution was fought for. To say that we, the people, create a government that's accountable to us. That we settle our differences, whatever our differences may be. We settle them through free speech and open debate in the public square, and every citizen gets a voice and vote that counts. And what happens with the modern left is they're basically skeptical of that vision. They think we, the people, cannot be trusted to decide who we actually vote for, hence certain states removing Donald Trump from the ballot. We, the people, cannot even hear from our elected leaders or prospective elected leaders, hence the efforts to silence them or censor them. And so I do think we live in a kind of 1776 moment right now. And for my part, I did run in this race. I started at 0%. I finished around 8% in the Iowa caucus yesterday. But we, the people of this country, apparently sent a clear message. And so that's why last night I stepped out of the race, endorsed Donald Trump, and I do think that's the right move for the Republican Party to make at this point.
Yeah, I think maybe people are going to be following in your footsteps pretty soon, because this thing's almost a runaway train that can't be stopped. You were up just now in New Hampshire. The official endorsement, we're seeing it right there up on the screen. What did the former president tell you when you guys were backstage?
Look, we had a great conversation. I actually prefer to talk about policy rather than politics, Jesse. And so we talked about a number of issues backstage, which I've actually championed in this race that I do think would be beneficial to the America First movement for President Trump to take on. And I think he was very amenable to many of them. Opposition to a central bank digital currency, talking about certain pardons that I think we need on day one. Julian Assange included on that list. And so I'm not a politician, I'm a businessman, but I'm also somebody who cares about the details of policy and commitments. And so we had some great conversations backstage about that before I went on stage. And I think that you guys may have seen some of the rally that we had, and the response was overwhelming. And I think it's very clear who the Republican primary electorate is saying that they want to be their nominee. I ran to be that person. They sent me a very positive message, but the very positive message they sent to all of us is that Donald Trump needs to be the nominee of this party. And I think Ron DeSantis and Nikki Haley would actually at this point do this country and this party a service by stepping aside to make sure that we're focused on not only nominating Donald Trump, but getting this country back and reviving those founding revolutionary ideals. And I think we do live in that 1776 moment right now. We need to win.
It just seems right. It seems like he's the guy that Trump really needs on his team to take the American First agenda to the next level. So I hope that the he's Obama reply guys, I hope that eventually at some point they move on past that. Okay. And, you know, if he's in Trump's circle, okay, and he has the blessings of Trump, that people actually do, you know, trust Vivek. You know, obviously, you know, like anybody in politics, yes, people are looking to gain power. People are looking to, you know, elevate themselves. But that's everybody in politics, okay? But that doesn't mean that he's not genuine in regards to the America First agenda and doing the right thing for the people. And I think that people just need to take a step back and just trust Trump and say, you know what? If Trump gives him the seal of approval, then he's a good guy. Right. And Trump needs as many smart and good guys and people that he can trust in his circle as possible, because, you know, hey, this deep state, they're coming after him. Right. And he needs somebody like Vivek who is smart in his corner. And that's why I'm super excited about Trump saying that, you know, he will be working with them and he will be working with them for a long time, because Jason Miller, who was a Trump advisor, came out and basically said that Vivek is not in the running for VP, but he wouldn't rule out Nikki Haley. And, you know, I'm like, I hope that this is a curveball, right? I really hope that this is a curveball from the Trump advisors to keep people, you know, on their heels about who's actually going to be the VP pick. I'm one of these guys where I'm hoping that the conspiracy that Trump and Vivek have been working together the whole time, I hope that's true, right? I really hope that's true, okay? I really hope that's true. But like I said, when it comes to the VP pick, Trump, who knows, he may go with electability, which means that he basically would have to pick a woman, right? A woman that can talk about the abortion issue in a way that will help Republicans not lose votes, or put it this way, that won't motivate liberal women, the 304s, the Guardian Tools of America, to come out and vote against Trump. That could be the direction that he goes. And if he goes in that direction, I'm not going to blame Trump for doing it, right? And that's one of the main reasons Nikki Haley's name keeps getting thrown out there, is because it seems from an electability standpoint that she has the hot hand. That's if you believe the polls, right? And we have a shock poll here to talk about with Nikki Haley. And this is why New Hampshire is so important. People can't rest on their laurels just because Trump won big in Iowa. People have to get up and show out and to continue to support and to push this thing forward, because apparently Nikki Haley has tied with Trump in New Hampshire. Again, shock poll here. So let's read this, because this means that New Hampshire, you know, could possibly still be competitive. Now, Ron DeSantis has basically skipped New Hampshire. He's gone straight to South Carolina, where he's banking on trying to win South Carolina. He has absolutely no chance. I don't know why he keeps wasting people's money and time, but it is what it is. So let's read here. Nikki Haley is tied with Donald Trump in New Hampshire, according to a surprise new poll. American Research Group, Inc. showed Trump and Haley tied at 40% of likely Republican primary voters in the granite state. Governor Ron DeSantis was tied 4% with Vivek Ramaswamy, who dropped out of the race Monday night. Governor Asa Hutchinson polled at 1% and dropped out of contention on Tuesday. Yeah, so you got Ron DeSantis doing so bad in New Hampshire. He's polling at 4%. He's tied with Vivek. Okay, so again, the governor of Florida is literally tied with a guy who just got into politics a year ago in New Hampshire. That's how bad DeSantis is doing in this state. So Nikki Haley here in one poll has tied Trump, which could suggest that she's gaining some momentum. So that's why I tried to tell you guys, we can't rest on our laurels. You celebrate Iowa, now you move on to New Hampshire. You focus hard on New Hampshire. It's a good thing that Vivek dropped out of the race because his votes will probably go to Trump, and that will give Trump more breathing room in New Hampshire. But again, you can't get complacent. You got to keep working hard, got to keep campaigning in New Hampshire. And it will be interesting to see if Vivek is a part of that and whether or not he will be out there campaigning in New Hampshire just like he was campaigning in Iowa. And if he is, then I think that'd be a great asset to the Trump administration. But yeah, with that being said, let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.